Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming from Castelia City where the Pinchers are trying to get their season back on track as they've only won one game this season, but the Lentil Neros unfortunately are not in a better situation. They've only won 2 games as both these sides are currently in the bottom 4. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the bug types? Will it be the delta types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
That's right, this has not been a great season so far for either side, but they are still in contention as Vaporeon and Sylveon start out for the Lentil Neros. It is going to be Iron Moth and Sizzle starting out for the Castelia Pinchers, and Iron Moth taking on this bug Terra typing, which actually fits it fantastically with that crown placed above its head, but it needs to perform fantastically as well because the Castelia Pinchers are in 18th place and Iron Moth does have that speed control. Immediately going for the yawn. This is going to make Vaporeon drowsy here on the field, so we should see it fall asleep shortly, but first it is going to go for the work up, so it is going to boost that physical attack and that special attack that's already base 110. Sizzle though with the floral healing, that is a big error early on, but thankfully Sylveon is still at full strength, so nothing happens. But the ceaseless edge from Sylveon onto Iron Moth gets some good damage, but it also puts those spikes entry hazards on the side of the Castelia Pinchers nice and early on. We get the poison powder here from Iron Moth, but it is avoided by Sylveon, allowing Vaporeon to go for the Brick Break on to Iron Moth. Not very effective, still gets in some good damage as Sizzle is going to respond with the Hypnosis. This is going to put Sylveon to sleep. That's actually really good by the Castelia Pinchers because Sylveon is asleep, and after that yawn has been performed by Iron Moth, it is going to cause Vaporeon to fall asleep as well. So the Lentil Neros have 2 sleeping Pokemon on the field right now. The Castelia Pinchers are in full control. Now they just need to go on the offense or maybe boost their stats as the last respects from Iron Moth gets in some good damage onto Vaporeon. It's followed up by the Mist Ball. They're focusing their attention here onto Vaporeon at the moment of the 2 sleeping Pokemon on the field as Vaporeon is still fast asleep, snoozing away. I wonder if it even has any idea what's going on. Sylveon definitely does not have a clue what's going on. It is fast asleep. But the Sword Dance now from Iron Moth, it is going to boost that physical attack. It is only base 70, it's more of a special attacker, but still getting these boosts in early. Sizzle is going to go for the curse, so it's going to cut into its speed, but it's going to boost its own physical attack that's base 130 as well as that 100 base defense as Vaporeon is still fast asleep. Sylveon needs to wake up, and it is awoken. This could be massive. It goes for the cross poison, but it goes for Sizzle, who is immune due to its part steel type, and this allows Iron Moth to go for the morning sun. It is going to get itself back to full strength here in this match very early on. Very good, having boosted those stats. Now it can go on the offense, but Vaporeon has awoken as well, going for the scale shot. This multi-hit mover gets the critical hit with that first one. Going for Sizzle here, it needs to get all 5 to really get in some good damage. And it's got 4. Vaporeon has awoken and chosen offense as its tactic with that not very effective move, but does connect all 5 times, and that is massive. It does lower its defense in the process, but it does boost its speed, so it may be able to move quicker than Iron Moth as Sylveon follows it up with the reversal onto Iron Moth. Not very effective, very little damage being done there, even with that critical hit. Sizzle is going to go for the skill swap, so it is choosing Vaporeon, giving it that light metal, but Sizzle has just taken that water absorb, so it's now immune to water type moves. It will actually have its health restored with that water absorb. This allows an Aura Sphere from Iron Moth on to Sylveon. Not very effective. Sylveon is able to tank that move, and Vaporeon is going to go for the Dire Claw, correctly going for Iron Moth, and it's actually put Iron Moth to sleep, saying how do you like it, as Iron Moth is now asleep on the field. Sylveon is going to try and capitalize, going with the Tail Whip, looking to lower the physical defenses now of the Castelia Pinchers, but all 4 Pokemon that started off this matchup are still in it, even after 3 out of the 4 have fallen asleep, and we'll get another curse from Sizzle, lowering its speed yet again, boosting that physical attack yet again, which I said base 130, and with that immunity to poison types and water types now, as Iron Moth is fast asleep on the field. Vaporeon is going to go for the Sacred Fire. It knows that Sizzle is a massive threat, and it takes it out of this matchup with that super effective move. Sylveon opting to follow up with the Aurora Beam, continuing on the offense, has put Iron Moth into knockout range, and it is going to be Mega coming out for the Castelia Pinchers with that Frisk ability, letting us know that the Neos have those Leopard Berries, as all Pokemon in the PokeType League do, but Iron Moth is still fast asleep, allowing Vaporeon to capitalize with the Dragon Tail. And it is going to send Ironmoth back to the bench, but not to be swapped out. But because it is eliminated from this matchup, the Legendaries are seemingly taking control now as that sunlight beams down over the field. Yanmega with the Psyshock, focusing in on Vaporeon here. And it gets in some great damage, putting it in knockout range. Sylveon, though, is going to go for the Fairy Lock. And it wants to lock up the victory for the Legendaries, making it so no one can run away during the next turn. Not that they're looking to run away at all. It is Scyther coming out for the Castello Pinches. Vaporeon immediately meeting it with that Shadow Punch. Gets in some good damage as well. And Scyther is going to set up for the Shadow Force, vanishing instantly from the field. Sylveon needs to focus in on Yanmega, but first Yanmega is going to go for the Charm here. And it is going to lower that physical attack of Sylveon, who does go for the last resort, but unfortunately that is going to fail. Vaporeon now needs to focus in on Yanmega, goes with the Acid Spray. Another fantastic connection by Vaporeon, lowering that special defense of Yanmega in the process. And the Shadow Force from Scyther now gets a great hit there onto Sylveon, and Yanmega could finish it off going with the Kowtow Cleave. And Sylveon is able to hold on after that not very effective move, and its Cute Charm ability has been activated. Yanmega put the Charm on Sylveon, Sylveon puts the Cute Charm on Yanmega, and Sylveon follows it up with the Double Team, so it is going to boost its evasiveness here, making it a much harder target for both Vaporeon and Sylveon. Do not have a great deal of health, as Vaporeon with the X-Scissor, not very effective there on the Scyther. Still gets some good damage there, as Scyther is going to respond with the Liquidation, and Vaporeon no longer has that Water Absorb, so even though it's not very effective, it's effective enough to get the elimination. Vaporeon is out of this matchup. That is what the Pinches needed. Yanmega needs to shake off this love that it has for Sylveon and go on the offensive. It goes with the Bite. It went for the Love Bite, but Sylveon is able to avoid that move and respond with the Dynamic Punch, but Yanmega is able to avoid that move in return, and it is Umbreon coming out for the Legendaries. Scyther immediately meeting it with the Hex, and it is not very effective whatsoever there onto Umbreon, as Yanmega, who is still in love with Sylveon, is immobilized by that love, and this allows Umbreon to try and capitalize, going with the Fell Stinger there onto Scyther. Yet again, those Bug-type moves are not very effective on Scyther, but Sylveon is going to follow it up with the Shadow Ball, going for Yanmega, and it gets the elimination. Yanmega must be wondering what its love did to do that. But out comes Heracross for the Castello Pinches, landing in those spikes. It did not affect Scyther or Yanmega, thanks to their part flying type, and we get Disarming Voice though from Scyther. Super effective, although you wouldn't think so, on Umbreon. Sylveon's able to hold on, but the Mist Ball from Heracross, it's avoided by Sylveon. That is crucial. This allows Umbreon to go for the Lash Out onto Scyther, and Scyther's able to hang on by a thread, but Sylveon could finish it off. It goes for the Thrash, and the 1-2 combination takes Scyther out of this matchup. There's only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Castello Pinches, as out comes Cleavor, landing in those spikes as well. It needs to go on the offensive, but first Heracross is going to go for the Gunk Shot. But yet again, Sylveon avoids a move. Cleavor needs to take it out. It goes with the Heart Swap instead. Not going on the offensive, it switches its stat changes with Umbreon, who goes with the Thunderclap. But unfortunately, that is going to fail. I cannot believe Sylveon is still in this matchup, continuing to thrash about, focusing in on Heracross now. And Sylveon is going to be left confused due to the fatigue of that thrashing about, as Cleavor goes with the Present, and Sylveon avoids another move. Heracross is going to go for the Fusion Flare, instead choosing to focus in on Umbreon. And Umbreon tanks yet another move, going with the Assurance onto Cleavor. Gets a great connection there. Sylveon needs to shake off this confusion, otherwise it may actually take itself out of this matchup. It's unsuccessful there, and it is Sylveon who takes itself out after dodging all those moves, which is great for the Castello Pinches, but it is Espeon now coming out for the Legendaries, immediately going for the Charm, putting that Charm onto Cleavor, which is going to lower its physical attack a great deal, which is a base 130, just like Sizzles. It responds with the Spark, gets a good connection there on to Espeon, as the Water Gun follow-up from Heracross. Very little damage being done to Umbreon, who goes with the Fissure, but that is going to be avoided by Heracross. Espeon looking to do its part, is going to go for the Triple Kick. This is going to do very little damage to Heracross. It tanks the first one, it tanks the second one, so all 3 doing very little damage to Heracross. And this allows Cleavor to try and respond with the Acupressure, not going on the offensive. Instead, it is going to boost its physical defense. Now, Heracross is going to go for the Focus Blast on to Umbreon. This will be super effective. Umbreon's able to hold on by a thread, and Umbreon is going to respond with the sheer cold. It wants to connect with a one-hit knockout, but it is avoided by Cleavor. Espeon is going to go for the facade. Gets a great connection there onto Heracross, who responds with the scary face. The Castelia Pinchers already have speed control though, as it is going to lower that speed of Espeon. And Cleavor follows it up with the Zing Zap. Gets a really good connection there onto Espeon. Umbreon though with the Take Heart. Now it is going to boost its special attack and its special defense, but it is such an easy target right now. Heracross could capitalize. It goes with the Giga Impact, but it looks like it's going for Espeon. It takes Espeon out of this matchup instead. Cleavor could follow it up here and take Umbreon out, as we get the Moxie boost as well for Heracross. And Cleavor goes with the Aqua Jet to complete the huge play. Umbreon is taken out of this matchup, and all of a sudden it's a 2 versus 2 matchup. It is anyone's game. It is Flareon coming out for the Lental Neos. It is going to be joined by Jolteon. Jolteon with that massive speed control immediately goes for the Mountain Gale, going on the offensive. Gets a good connection there onto Cleavor. And Cleavor has flinched. That could be crucial as Heracross has to recharge. Flareon is going to go for the Scorching Sands onto Heracross. Not very effective though. It could leave it with that burn, but thankfully for Heracross it doesn't, who's on the receiving end of the lick, putting it into knockout range from Jolteon. Cleavor is going to go with the Scorching Sands of its own. Super effective there onto Flareon, but it doesn't actually do a great deal of damage. Heracross is going to go for the Draining Kiss. They're focusing in on Flareon. They do not want to have to deal with that fire type, and there is a little bit of health being restored for Heracross in the process, as Flareon is going to respond with the Earth Power, and it takes Cleavor out of this matchup. Heracross is all by itself, and Jolteon is going to go for the Spin Out, and it gets the elimination. The Lental Neos are able to hold on and take down the Castelia Pinchers on their home turf to get the second victory in a row for the Lental Neos, their third of the season. After a very slow start to the season, they have moved themselves up into the Leaders 8, and next round they will be taking on the Pony Stars. Whereas for the Pinchers, they stay in 18th place, and next round they will try to avoid being eaten by the Medallia Aethers. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.